All right, let's move on though. We head into week number 4 of the college football season already. As hard as that is to believe,
Isn't it?
but we are just continuing to plug away in the college football season. 3 games featuring full matchups in the top 25 this week, and we will start big noon on Fox. It is number 17. Texas Tech, they are 3-0. They travel to number 16, Utah, who is 3-0.
Utes.
They are a 3-point home favorite. The over-under in this one, 58.5. EJ, we'll start with you.
I remember the last time I see a Utah game where the over-under is that high. They're typically a defensive team, typically. So I'm going to take Utah in this game. And I'll just go with history and bet the under. Why not?
Ooh, there we go. Sean.
I'll tell you what, if you don't have anything to do at 12 o'clock on Saturday, this would be a pretty fun one to watch, probably.
Agreed.
Texas Tech comes in averaging 66 points per game. They have the second leading passing offense in college football and are currently 23rd in rushing as well. They just tear up yards and things. Now, given you've pointed out that Utah is probably the best defensive test they're going to see this year, I think people know the Utes. I don't think people know who Texas Tech is right now. They're like, oh, wait, isn't that where Johnny Manziel? No, it's not. Different school altogether.
That was the one that lost this week.
This is Pat Mahomes. Anyway, But the Red Raiders are going to come out trying to impress. I think that they fall short, but I think they're going to put on a show. I think both teams are going to be scoring a ton. I don't think 58.5 is high enough. I'm going to take the over, and I'm almost going to put a lock on it. Not ready to push that lock close, but I'm hanging the lock on it because I think this one's going way over. And beating the Utes, though, I think the 3 is too small of a spread for me to not take Utah on this one. But I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm with Sean. I regardless of it feeling like a lot of points, I think the over is the play here. It's
supposed to feel like a lot.
Look, I don't care. I don't care that they're not in the Big 12 anymore. This is still Big 12 football. Death tax.
Oh, these two teams are definitely Big 12 teams.
Yeah, like Utah's still a Big 12 team. So give me a death taxes in the over. But I will have them covering the 3 as well. Next one we go to 3:30 Eastern time on ABC. It's a 3-0 and number 22 Auburn team here in an SEC matchup at number 11 Oklahoma. Still feels weird to call them an SEC team, but they are 3-0 nonetheless. A 6.5-point home favorite. Your over/under is 49.5. EJ.
I will never get used to calling Oklahoma an SEC team ever in my life. I just can't. This feels weird.
It's like hearing the CBS college football on CBS theme, and it's for Big Ten football. It's just
yes. Oh my God, you too.
Like I hear that music, and I'm like, all right, we're at Georgia, we're at LSU, we're at Auburn, we're at fucking Indiana. What?
The same thing. Seeing an NFC game like the Lions and Packers last week. When CBS now, when they're doing CBS now for the last, whatever. That's traditional to me. Anyway, we said Auburn and Oklahoma. Should be a fun game. I can't wait. Good to see Auburn back to playing. Playing quality football again. 3-0
with an offense. It's not just like hang your hat on the defense and hope we do enough. Yeah. They can move the ball.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna ride them. Give me Auburn to win this game. I know Oklahoma's having a good year also too, but I'm like Auburn. They're like my 4th team in college football. And I will take the over.
All right, Sean.
As much as you're like an Auburn, and I enjoy having them around, I think Oklahoma has been I wouldn't want to call it pleasant, but a surprise for me in college football this year. I think they look a lot better and a lot more prepared for an SEC schedule than I thought they would. I think that they're going to be a tough one to beat in this game. However, because of the weapons Auburn has shown so far and the way the offense seems to be clicking, I don't think Oklahoma covers. I'm going to take Auburn to cover, Oklahoma to win So whenever it's that, when I'm splitting and I'm going to cover, but the other team to win, I would say I wouldn't touch it if I was anybody out there. I'd just leave this one alone. But
definitely.
I mean, if you're betting SEC football, you're not going to listen to me anyway because you're already a psycho. So, yeah, give me that over under 49.5. Gosh, that's too. Oklahoma's for the Big 12. Push the over.
Yeah,
into the 50s.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Like Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, I obviously had the Michigan getting the win over them, and Oklahoma looks far better than I expected. I think than a lot of people expected. They're not giving up a lot of points. They've given up. Now, granted, outside of Michigan, they played Illinois State and Temple, so you got to take it for what it's worth. But they've given up 19 points in 3 games. So like that. Because their offense looks really good. Mateer, it looks like he's giving a different dynamic that we haven't seen from Oklahoma in a very long time. But it's the defense that's really surprising. They are swarming. They are fast. They are aggressive. So if I'm betting this game, and I'm not, because again I'm not a sadist. I think under's the play. I think that I'm not convinced that Auburn's all the way back. And Oklahoma, that Oklahoma defense is really good. So I will take the under. I think Auburn does cover as well. I think Oklahoma gets the win, but I'll take Auburn to cover and the under. And then the last one, and man, I usually don't give a crap where these preseason game or pre-shows are, but the Big Noon on Fox show and College Game Day not being at this game is absurd. College Game Day is at Florida at Miami. The Florida Gators, who stink out loud, are probably a bad loss away from firing their coach. They're going to get mud stomped by Florida. It's not
say that probably this week. Miami kill them.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. But you have, I think I saw it's only the 3rd time ever that a ranked Indiana team is hosting a top 10 team, and it's the first time since like the late 80s.
And it's a rival. I mean, that's a
right. It's a
rival in the
next
neighboring state.
Over this College Game Day.
Indiana, this would be like a top billing game.
Yeah, this was a failure on both pregame shows, but anyway, nonetheless,
I don't think they have
to happen again.
Yeah, I don't think they had on their calling card that this is going to happen in week 4 or week 5 of college football season. That these
but
two teams are in top 20.
Only announce it the week before. Like, if you can't see that these two teams are going to be ranked,
they got to get Florida and Miami draw a crowd. But man, this other game might never happen again.
Right, this is going to be a blast. But anyway, off my soapbox. 7:30 Eastern time on NBC. It is the number 9 Illinois Fighting Illini. They are 3-0. They travel to number 19 Indiana, also 3-0. A 4.5 point home favorite. Your over under is 52.5. EJ.
So Illinois is the 2025 version of the 2024 Indiana team, pretty much. If this is going the way it looks here, I gotta tell you, I'm really having fun with this Illinois story. Like, this is a hold up. Well, look, last year on this time, we said Indiana will lose some point, and they just kept winning to like week 12.
Illinois win 10 games though.
Illinois,
like it's not like Illinois was like gone. Illinois finished.
No, they won like 8 or 9 last year. They were a good team last year, but they won definitely.
Yeah, they were 10-3 last year.
Again, Sean,
I think they were like 15th. They just missed.
I mean, Sean, with the end of September and Illinois is not in the top 10. That's insane to me. Even in the middle of September, that's still crazy to me. I'm looking. I'm like, I thought I almost texted Jim. This is not a misprint, is it? You know what I mean? But we're here.
Why not?
I'm gonna ride the train here. Give me Illinois to win this game and to cover, and I'll take the over.
All right. But for the record, the last time before now that that Illinois was a top 10 team in the AP was 2001 when they finished the season at number 7 after winning the Big Ten title. So,
I had hair.
So yeah, I was fall of 01. I was a sophomore a junior in high school. I was 21 years old with hair. So yeah, it's been a journey for them. Sean, Illinois at Indiana.
EJ spending a lot of time on trains. I'm gonna ride that train.
Let's do it. I love trains. Remember, I was in New York a couple weeks ago, so I'm still hangover. Subway.
Getting off the fence to hop on a train. Way to go,
Yes.
EJ. Anyway, Indiana kind of been a Cinderella of sorts. Go through last year, took a hard one on the chin in the playoffs, but obviously a lot of promise and an undefeated record right now. I think a lot of folks are going to be high on them to actually take this one and upset Illinois. They're a favorite at home despite the rankings, which is strange. And I like them. Indiana set a team record last year with 11 wins, all-time high. But let's not forget, this is also a team that is the all-time leader in losses in FBS history. And I say you can go ahead and just tack another one right on because I'm going to shift sides here. Illinois is going to take this game. Illinois is hotter. Illinois is more fun. I'm not going to go EJ's route and say they're the new Indiana. I'm going to say they're the first Illinois. And
I'm just saying in terms of the story from last year.
Do I think they're an Ohio State caliber? Not really yet. Yeah. But do I think they're one of the few teams in the Big Ten that might give them a little sock in the mouth and maybe test them a bit? Sure. So give me Illinois in this one outright, and 52.5. I took the over on the other two. Give me the under on this one just to be different.
All right, very good.
I think that's a good number.
It was 2011 when Illinois went 7-6. Then they went 9 straight seasons of sub 500 football. Brett Bielema has them. He was 5-7 in his first year, 8-5 in his second year, 5-7 in 2023. But of course, like we said, 10-3 last year. Got him in the top 10. I knew the guy's kind of a prick, but I knew when he took that team over that he was going to change. He was going to change like Illinois football. They were going to get better. He knows how to coach in the Big Ten. Yeah, there's still some big games out there for Illinois. They host Ohio State on October 11th. So that's going to be a big one, the next biggest one there for the Illini. But look, Indiana, it was a great story last year, right? You come out of nowhere and, new head coach, doesn't really care what anybody thinks, gets to the college football playoff, loses pretty big, but the guy still got swagger to him. They've lost 1-2 games in their last 17 or something. That's a great story. That story ends this Saturday. I think Illinois is a much better football team and has something to prove. So they're going to easily cover in this game. I think you're over under. I think I'm going to go under. I think they're going to hold Illinois or Indiana off the board. I don't know how many points Illinois scores, but I think they're going to.
That was my concern, is that Indiana may not be able to score as many points as Vegas thinks.
Yeah, I think they're going to knock down Indiana's total, so I think that's going to keep it on the under. But a big Big Ten matchup, and in a college football landscape where I'm not sure how much it's shifting, but I do know that after 100 years of SEC dominance or whatever it felt like, your last 2 national champions have now come out of the Big Ten, and there's a lot of heavy hitting.
There's a lot of free. There's a lot of teams that are trying to get some at-large bids there, and the Big Ten's got several of them.
All I know is that every week goes by now, the narrative stays the same, that this thing feels even more wide open. Like, I can make a case for as much as 10 teams to win the national title this year.
Well, yeah, and that's the beauty of, the NIL and the transfer era. But we saw it last year with, the 2 teams that played for the national title were not conference champions. They were teams that had 1 horrible loss and 2 other losses, one being another pretty horrible one at the end of their regular season in Ohio State losing at Michigan. So there's 1 loss, 2 losses isn't going to kill you if it A, happens early enough, or B, you have enough stock built up, because there's still people, and like him, hate him. I'm on the fence on it, depending on the week. But Kirk Herbstreit thinks that Notre Dame's in a better spot today than they were after losing to Northern Illinois last year. So, it's still completely wide open, and that's the beauty of where college football is right now. But that's where we leave week number 4.
College football.